Recording is on as well. Let me check YouTube. Recording is on as well. Let me check YouTube. Recording is on as well. Let me check YouTube. That's strange. I can make feedback again.
Yeah, I could hear your echo as well.
Okay, I think everything is okay. You're live, so I will. Strange. I can make feedback. Now we don't get feedback if it's okay. And we have chat. Amazing. Everything I think is good. So guys, welcome to this beautiful structured YouTube video again of the Bitcoin family. Today we have an AMA with the ApexPro team. Give us a couple of minutes. We will wait for people to stream in, and then we will start. You can start chatting so we can see if your chats are coming in, because you can ask us anything. At the end, we will structure it a little bit. So we're going to talk about DEX versus the CEX. We're going to talk about staking, smart liquidity providing. We're going to talk about everything that you need to know about Apex. So the first one is coming in from Norway. Beautiful. I hope it's even warm in Norway at the moment. Yeah, it's summer. It should be warm. Welcome. That's beautiful. The chat is working. So we're going to talk about a lot of stuff. I even have this idea. Beautiful. I'm not structured at all. Never. But I can tell you that we are going to talk about self-custody of assets, KYC enforcements, which I really don't like. I hate them. You all know that. And it's all about to be or not to be. KYC, not to be. So that's why we're talking with the DEX. The best DEX of this next bull run is going to be ApexPro, of course. That's why they are here today. Also talking about ApexPro in short, of course, the tokenomics, the revenue sharing programs, everything else. And to talk with us, of course, is the amazing looking Mariam from ApexPro team. You know, guys, this YouTube live is going to get the most views ever. Just, you see this? The beauty and the beast here. So we have a beautiful live, guys. Look, I'm making her shy. That's beautiful. That's always a good start when they get shy a little bit. Guys, to start off, the chat is running full. I can't see how many viewers we have. It's the first time I'm doing a live directly from Zoom. I want to test it. So I see we have someone from the Netherlands, another one from the Netherlands, from Belgium. I know that Big Boy Crypto Pens. He was on my birthday, by the way. Welcome, Big Boy Crypto Pens. He was in Portugal. He brought me a beautiful gift. He's here. Harold, this is all being recorded. Yes, everything is being recorded. So because it will be, of course, always published again on YouTube, but also in other social media, decentralized versions of social media. So yeah, it's recorded, so you can also look at that back later. But you guys, we need your questions, of course. Now, welcome, Mariam, to the Bitcoin Family YouTube channel. Give us an introduction, who you are, what do you do? I know your background is not as beautiful as mine, but this one is fake as fake. But tell me, what do you want to share today with the audience?
Hi, Didi. Thank you so much, first of all, for having me here today. I'm very excited to be sharing with you guys all about decentralized exchanges as well as Apex protocol, and then answer any questions the community may have, either about our product offerings, about decentralized exchanges, or our upcoming plans and roadmap. A little bit about myself. My name is Mariam. I'm head of marketing at Apex. I first joined crypto back in 2018. I was working on a very cool project which was focusing on building trading automation tools in crypto. And after this project, I worked on a couple of DeFi protocols, but now I'm full-time focusing on ApexPro. I think since 2018, quite some time has passed, and you know, a lot of things have changed in crypto. I'm very excited that I was, you know, able to see all these developments, which have resulted in more and more people becoming curious about the space and onboarding. But I think that even more cool things are ahead of us, and we're just getting started. So let's see what the future holds. And I'm excited to see like more and more people onboarding, and especially now, given the market circumstances, onboarding to the DeFi projects and testing out trading in a decentralized way.
So for you, what is the biggest difference for our audience to understand between a DEX and a CEX? So like Apex is a DEX, decentralized exchange, and we have centralized exchanges like, for example, Bybit or Binance or any other ones. What is the biggest difference to you?
Right. I think what I can do is I can kind of get started by giving like a brief rundown about the DeFi itself. So DeFi is essentially decentralized finance. It's like a peer-to-peer, a decentralized system which runs on a permissioned environment, transparency, trustlessness, privacy. So DeFi projects run on blockchain tech and smart contracts. So this way they're able to actually remove the control that legacy financial institutions have on money, financial products, financial services. And this way participants of DeFi really actually gain this full custody of their funds and assets and become responsible to actually manage those finances, their finances, right? So that's shortly about DeFi. When it comes to like defining DEX versus CEX, so centralized exchange, something that you guys are very familiar with using is, and you know this, right? It's a platform which is then backed and managed by a private entity. This entity, this organization, makes it possible those trades and transactions to take place between buyers and sellers. But all of this becomes possible because centralized exchanges do this in a custodial manner, which means that they hold the private key to your funds, so to speak. When you compare this to decentralized exchanges, what happens is that DEXs fully disregard the centralized power, and they offer this very DeFi peer-to-peer marketplace. So DEX are non-custodial in nature, so the users hold the private keys to prove their own funds that are stored within their wallets. And then the wallet interacts with the decentralized exchange, which allows the trades to be facilitated. So in that way, there is next to no chance for a DEX to misuse the use of funds because, as the saying goes, like it's your keys, it's your coins. So essentially, like DEXs give you this non-custodial, transparent trading experience, where you take full control as well as oversight over the movement of your funds.
So to be like, if I want to simplify it, could happen to Apex what happened to FTX?
No, that's a really good question, because I feel that the issue of self-custody has become so important, especially after this whole FTX fiasco that took place in November, right? So because DEXs give users full control over their funds and users become responsible to manage their private keys, this whole scheme, so to speak, reduces the risk of funds being either frozen or seized by a centralized authority, which was the case with FTX. So this is essentially like what self-custody really stands for. And this whole FTX implosion, right? I don't know, it's been quite a like black dot in the history of crypto. But it also kind of helped us to like reassert what are the main values of this industry, because crypto is about decentralization, about transparency and trustlessness. So maintaining control over your own finances, that's what it is about. So we could just move a bit beyond those intermediaries and take control, right? So again, like not your keys, not your crypto, I think has become definitely like a mantra for everybody who is involved in the crypto space. And we've seen like so many more people becoming curious about decentralized protocols and how can they execute those same exact trades that they're doing on centralized platforms now on decentralized ones. Because sure, like DEXs are not as efficient sometimes, right, as centralized platforms, but there is the opportunity because at the end of the day, like liquidity issue will be solved with more people joining the space and more people choosing to trade in a decentralized way and take full custody of their assets.
Yeah, I think people at the end will all understand that safe trading goes way before trading on a centralized exchange that could collapse and take you down. Like we have seen it now in history a couple of times. I've been through 3 bull markets now, 2014, 2017, 2021. So yeah, I've seen some exchanges go, man. It's like I lost a lot on Cryptopia. I lost, luckily, nothing on FTX. I didn't trust those people. But still, you know, I love to trade, for example, on Bybit. Bybit is one of my favorite exchanges. And I know also that Bybit is one of the ones that integrated now ApexPro completely. You can even withdraw your funds from Bybit. So because in the end, I think everything needs to evolve into decentralized trading and in decentralized exchanges, because we can see the whole KYC and regulation scrutiny that's happening now in the United States. This will soon fly over to Europe, and people won't be able to trade anymore on those exchanges they want. And you can say, yeah, there's some disadvantages about a DEX, which is very beautiful that you say it about your own industry. But I've been trading on ApexPro now for the last couple of weeks, a little bit more intensive, because, you know, if I trade every day, I can up my staking rewards and everything. And the user interface and the liquidity is not that bad. It's like, it's bad for people that want to trade with 10 to 20 to 50 Bitcoins continuously. But for normal people, I think the liquidity is already massive. And the biggest improvement that I could find on your website, and I still don't understand how it will take place, but it's something with smart liquidity. And you know, I've been trying to get in, but I just can't get in at the moment because it's like everybody wants to get in it. Can you tell a little bit more about that solution, smart liquidity?
SLP. Yeah, that's very much so like tied to the liquidity part, right? Because like when you speak with some traders, like they will tell you, I guess like now, so less than it was before, but they will tell you that, like, you know, liquidity is an issue for them. Like they would not simply trade on decentralized platforms because they do not enjoy that liquidity. Like it's not that great. But now that we see this whole KYC issues as well that you mentioned, right? Like centralized exchanges now ask you to do the verification, and then decentralized exchanges, you have an alternative where you can engage in this peer-to-peer trading regardless of your geographic location, I don't know, position, background, whatever. So it gives users this ability to bypass financial intermediaries like banks and like really retain privacy. In terms of SLP, that's our brand new product, and yeah, we launched it a couple of weeks ago. It's in beta mode, and currently we are at cap, but we will be opening higher tier so that more people can join. But essentially SLP stands for Smart Liquidity Pool, and it's a market-making liquidity pool, which really provides DeFi users with this opportunity to become professional market makers and earn profits with pretty good return to risk ratio. And this
so we're talking about normal people like me or other traders
exactly
on the platform and become a market maker in this.
Exactly, like retail clients with not so big funds allocated to crypto can simply become market makers. So the whole user journey for a retail client is the following. They deposit funds on Apex, they make their way to the SLP page, and they subscribe by a minimum of $100. So what you can deposit minimum $100 and like become part of a market making strategy. The way it works in the so that's literally it on the user side. Like there's nothing else there. Like you just provide funds and you're good to go. The passive income keeps generating. So in the background, what happens is that all this USDC that's provided in the SLP is used as fundings for the market making strategy on the ApexPro trading platform. So the way the same way the regular market making strategies works, right? They consistently place buy and sell orders to capture profits from the bid-ask spread. So that's what happened in the background, but you don't need to know. like you don't need to know. You're just providing liquidity, minimum $100, and you're good to go. You're generating income, and on the page you can see like how much you've earned. Like the APR has been up to 30% recently, so it's pretty great. This generated profits gets equally shared by the pool subscribers or the liquidity providers. So essentially it's like very easy to use. You don't have to convert anything. You provide liquidity in USDC and you earn USDC. It's pretty like data driven because this whole model uses the statistical models, like robust models, to monitor portfolios and predict markets. And then it's pretty like safe choice when you compare it to like other not identical but similar LPs in the market today. It has very low risky asset exposure because you're only getting exposed to USDC, right?
Yeah.
And then because of these whole robust models that are used to monitor portfolio, we really try to ensure that there will be minimal position loss for the participants. And it's pretty capital efficient. You really can maximize returns with like really like low capital, and like that's the beauty of it. Because I mean, who could imagine becoming a market maker for someone who is a retail client, retail trader, right? So I think like it's pretty like a big game changer. And what I love about this also is that it has, so to speak, like a dual benefit model, because so SLP users, like those subscribers, benefit, right? Because with such like low funds, they get into market making and they maximize those market making fees and minimize position loss and get into this like passive income generation source. But on the flip side, you have the Apex trading platform where all these funds go to. So you get this increased order book depth and reduced slippage and a really, really good and enhanced trading experience for the traders. So it kind of works both ways. Like traders enjoy because they have better liquidity, and then retail users who are not maybe traders, who's just like someone just getting started with investing or crypto, they can join. So it's very simple and user-friendly. I think you mentioned in the beginning that you've been trading on Apex, and it's very user-friendly. So is the SLP. It's just like when I tested the product and when I provided the liquidity, I was like, is that it? Because like it was just so intuitive, and like 2 steps and I was done. So yeah, it's just pretty good. I'm looking forward to unlocking next cap tier, so more users will be able to join and really like see themselves the way they generate passive income.
Yeah. I really love that, because as a trader you need to diversify sometimes, and a lot of people now make profits and they hold those profits probably in USDC or in any other stable coin, and to be able to make profits and on the same platform use those profits now to become a SLP, like a smart liquidity provider. So your money is always working. You're making profit with your trading amount, but the things that you put in as an SLP liquidity provider, you're making it like those 30% API at the moment, which is massive. So you're making profit double ways. I need to get in. I'm jealous that you already got in.
I know, I'm sorry. And also like what's more is that, so currently, because we are in the beta mode, we only have like one strategy open, which we call, like so to speak, regular strategy. But we also have like another strategy coming up soon, which we call accelerated, because it's a little bit, it's more like high risk, high return in comparison with the the regular pool. But that one is also coming up, and that one will have even higher APR. But it will be up to the clients to decide which one they want to go for. They will have like all the information on the platform, on our GitBook and blog, to educate themselves as to like what are the risks, what are the opportunities, and then they can make decisions accordingly. And if this is something that they want to invest in, they can go for it.
So in between, we have a few questions in the chat, and one of the questions is also in line with the thing that we spoke about earlier. But let's just throw a few questions in it, because to mix it up a little bit. But there is we're not going to talk about when there's a next lower high. We are not traders here. We are going to educate you about DEXs like ApexPro. One person is asking about the tokenomics, what the tokenomics are, and one other person is asking who's the big boss of Apex, and is Apex connected to Bybit? So could answer this question in your own way. Is it connected to Bybit?
Big boss. Sure. Sure. I will start with maybe Apex and then dive into tokenomics. So Apex is so the connection, right? Yeah, there are a lot of people asking the question, the connection between Bybit and Apex. The thing is that Apex is incubated by Deviant Labs. That's a crypto impact incubator founded and supported by Bybit. And that way we are, you know, we are kind of linked with Bybit, because Deviant Labs is Bybit incubator. And then some of you may already know that Apex is also available on Bybit. So essentially, if you go on bybit.com and you drop down Web3, you'll find Apex there. And without leaving Web3 wallet and get started. So that's pretty much it in terms of connection between Bybit and Apex. We're working closely. We will introduce the SLP pool on Bybit as well, so that Bybit users who are more into liquidity providing, they will also have access to the pool within Bybit ecosystem. So that's pretty much it in terms of connection. But on top of that, I think like one thing I want to address is that due to this connection, like a lot of people have been asking if the project is owned by Bybit, and the answer to the question is no, because Apex is you know, a purely decentralized protocol. It has the core team, but it's owned by the community. Like, so there is definitely no ownership whatsoever. And on top of that, also want to mention, there was one question that I had asked like a couple of weeks ago. It was like, do you guys share liquidity with Bybit? And the answer to the question is also no. We are like independent, standalone project with the standalone team working on the project. So we are supported and backed by Bybit and available on Bybit, but that's literally it in terms of connection between us and them.
So Bybit is not the big boss. The community essentially is the big boss. So there is not like a big boss. Like
there is no big boss. The community is the big boss.
Yeah. Okay, that's beautiful. Yeah, you know, a DEX should be like that. You know, it should be like that. Maybe in the future it even become a DAO where people and the community can decide on the next steps. But that's like, I don't even know if that is in the picture for Apex, but that would be for me.
Definitely that's like part of our roadmap to become the DAO. Currently, even though we have not really established a DAO yet, like the way we function is also very much so like with the feedback loops. We really like closely monitor what the community has to say and what the community requests, and using that information, we really like plan what to do in the future and how to enhance our roadmap to make it more community focused and you know, listen to what people have to say and deliver what they're looking for. So I think like that's like you mentioned, that's the way decentralized projects work, and that's the best way to work when you are in DeFi. So so that's our connection with Bybit. But on top of that, we are actually very lucky to also be backed by other pretty big names in the industry, such as Dragonfly, M77, Tiger Global, Mirana, Kronos, CyberX, to name a few. Yeah, like these guys are also like our backers and supporters, and we are definitely very fortunate to be working with them.
Yeah, for the ones that don't know who they are, these companies that you just talked about, Dragonfly, these are the biggest industry exchanges and all there. So for me, the thing that I till now have been missing on the most DEXs is on a centralized exchange, there's a lot of pairs. You know, you can, any meme coin that's popping up everywhere or any other crypto. So like if you look into the future, is there more pairs going to be added?
Yeah.
By,
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So we currently have 16 trading pairs available on the platform. We've been like adding more and more, and to that end as well, like we're definitely like the guys who kind of listen to the community and like see what they want to, what pairs do they want to have on the platform to trade with. The latest addition has been the Pepe token, but yeah, currently we have 16. We definitely have covered like, you know, the big ones, the blue chips, so to speak, but then like we're collecting feedback now to get more information on what community wants to see, and we will be adding more and more. But we're constantly like, when it comes to the trading platform, definitely like we're in the constant process of like collecting feedback, improving the trading platform, providing what users want to see. On top of trading pairs, we are also like listening very closely to, you know, what wallets they want us to support, what chains do they want support. We are a multi-chain support, which means that users can do cross-chain deposits and withdrawals. Currently, we have like 6 chains supported and then many more to come. And then in terms of wallets, we have 9 wallets available right now, with 3 others in the pipeline. So yeah, we are trying to create like a very convenient environment for users from different, like, you know, background from different backgrounds and experiences, to make it easier for them to join and get started. Yeah, I think like being intuitive, being user friendly, lowering the barriers to entry is definitely paramount. That has been our key focus. Creating the interface which is user friendly and familiar, so it's easier for users to kind of transition to. That is sometimes very hard to find on other decentralized exchanges or other like DeFi projects. And I think it differs a lot of people from joining because they see the interface and it's like, oh, that's not something that I'm familiar with, and then they just like, you know, do not proceed. And then with, I mean, you've traded on Apex, and you know, I mean, at the first glance, it looks very much like a Bybit trading platform, and that has been intentional because we wanted to create like that experience for users that it's not different, it's the same, it's just the infrastructure.
But it is the first time that I've traded on a DEX, and it's not like because I'm doing this interview with you, but that I feel the simplicity. I'm like, okay, I can even do it on my iPhone. You know, I use the app, it works.
Yes.
Thing that's a normal CEX. So for me, that's like one of the biggest advantages already. And there is one very important question, because again on Twitter there's a huge storm about USDT. So is Apex, is it using USDC or USDT, is a question from Big Boy Crypto Pets.
Yeah, we are using USDC, and for the time being, we will be sticking with USDC. I mean, we don't have any immediate plans to add more pairs with other collaterals. So currently, we will be using USDC from stablecoins. We've received some feedback from a couple of traders asking for you know, ETH collateral, and that has been something that we've been considering. But I'm not gonna lie to you, that won't be something like, you know, tomorrow. Yeah. But we will definitely look into it and consider doing so. Maybe like at the end of the year or something. We'll circle back to that, like in Q4.
And then for me, myself, I didn't see the question yet, but I have this question myself because, you know, I've been trading now, and I love how you gamify the use of the tokenomics, like the BANA token and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I do think when you go onto the platform for the first time, you might be confused. Like, it's like, what is this? You have the BANA, you have the Apex token.
Yeah.
How does it all work? Can you share a little bit about that?
Sure. Tokenomics. Let's do it. Okay, so we have 2 tokens. The native token of Apex, the governance token, is called Apex. And this is the one that can be used for community involvement in governance and protocol parameters, as well as revenue sharing with our staking program, something that is very exciting for users. So we have a total supply of 1 mil Apex. sorry, 1 billion. Sorry, 1 billion Apex, not 1 million. And then 23% is for the core team and early investors with 24 months cliff and 24 months vesting period. And then the rest, the 77%, goes to the community, participation rewards, ecosystem building, liquidity bootstrapping, so on and so forth. The second token we have, the one that we introduced at the end of November last year for the mainnet launch. So we launched mainnet on November 21st, and we launched trade to earn with the mainnet. And that's when we introduced the second token by the name Bana. So Bana is essentially your reward token in Apex ecosystem. So it's distributed weekly with the trade to earn events. And it's important to note that Bana, like, it's not like it comes from nowhere. It's actually minted with a total of 25 million Apex that is locked for a minimum period of 12 months. With Bana, so it's only available in Apex. On Apex protocol within the trade to earn. And I will give you like a brief kind of rundown on trade to earn for those users who are not familiar. I mean, as the name suggests, right? So trade to earn, you trade and you earn. So it's like one of the programs on Apex that really allows community to get rewarded for their participation and contribution on the platform. And this would be the trading part. I think like, needless to say that for us, like one of the priorities is to make sure that we are rewarding everyone who's contributing to the development of the project, especially our traders. So that's why we launched our mainnet with the trade to earn program, which sees like traders earning like around $190,000 worth of tokens in Bana for just trading on Apex. Like it's that easy. So the only prerequisite for you to get into trade to earn is to trade. You trade any market pairs that are available on Apex, and then on every Thursday, so on a weekly basis, you go to trade to earn page and you just collect your rewards. I mean, I think one question you asked me about Bana, and I think like one question that I'm getting a lot is, what do I do with this Bana? Because I mentioned that it's only available within Apex ecosystem, so people just get confused, like, what do I do with Bana? The way we designed it, actually, it's very convenient, because Bana that you collect, you can do a couple of things with that Bana. So firstly, and something that a lot of traders are very keen to do, is swap. So you just swap Bana for USDC. Immediately, like on the trade to earn page, we have Bana USDC pool, and you can simply swap. So if you go for option number 2, which we call liquidity providing, what you do is you add liquidity to the Bana USDC liquidity pool. So this option is good, because if you do the liquidity provision, you get the LP token from the Bana USDC pool, and with more LP tokens you have, more Bana rewards you can earn in the following trade to earn epochs. So that's kind of strategic move. Like if you do not want to swap Bana for stablecoin right away, and if you want to keep trading on the platform and keep generating more rewards, that's the option you're going to go for. You're just going to provide liquidity, get the LP tokens, and that will ensure that you will be earning more and more rewards down the road. And then we also have the third option, which simply is to hold on to your Bana earnings, and then you can redeem a governance token Apex on a pro rata basis. So that's another option. If you want to wait until the program ends, you can do so, and then you can just swap it for Apex. And once you swap it for Apex, you can just use Apex to, stake and get into revenue sharing.
That's for me, like that's very interesting for me, because you're incentivizing people to trade, and when they trade, they can even make more profits because of those staking protocol. I know that a lot of people will have like, what the fuck is she all telling? It's like so much information. I already made a video about all of this, like a tutorial on Apex. I'm going to make another one, a new one, a little bit updated with the new information for you guys. So don't worry. It's not like we are not letting you outlive like this. It's not only the information you get. I will make a beautiful video that you can see with the screen and everything, how it works. I've been doing it. So I've been staking, I've been liquidity providing, I've been doing a lot of stuff. I also, completely in the beginning, I remember something, and I just saw a question popping in over there with NFTs. So there is a listener, a viewer. What did he say? Will ApePro add a trading tournament event, or will it create an NFT market? That's a question.
Sorry, can you repeat? If we host a trading tournament, is that the question, or?
Yeah, if we will host a trading tournament, and in the future, will you create an NFT market?
Got it. Okay, good question. Tournaments, absolutely. We had our very first competition in end of March. But that's not it. Like, we're gonna bring back like more trading contests. We like time after time we host like more like smaller scale events, but definitely it's on our roadmap to host another large scale one with like pretty big prize pool. The one we hosted in March, April, it had like $100,000 in prize pool. So we're gonna definitely like host another one and make sure that like users can participate and earn some rewards. So that's one thing. In terms of NFTs, so what I can tell you is that so I'm gonna get a little bit into our roadmap, but that's the way I can kind of respond to the NFT question. So essentially, if you've ever kind of skimmed or read our light paper, you might know that we are this permissionless, non-custodial, non-KYC derivatives DEX, but our goals, our mission is to become this Web3 social trading platform. What I mean by the Web3 social trading platform is that, like the traditional social trading platforms are very popular, but like both the accounts and assets of traders are usually, subject to centralized entities control before trades can even be, executed, right? So what we want to do is we want to create like social trading to traders without the presence of any intermediaries in the Web3. So in order to do so, and in order to completely avoid any sort of mechanism that centralized platforms have implemented, we will be introducing soul-bound tokens, so like an NFTs. So there will be like this solution that will determine the status of traders in the social trading process without the need of the centralized trading model or parameters of trading activity, right? So in copy trading, usually like what you guys have seen so far, the trading platform typically highlights, the seasoned traders, the principal traders that the community can follow and copy the trades up from. But when we without really implementing any sort of like traditional identity verification methods, because we are a non-KYC platform, right? Instead of doing that, we will be using SPTs to drive this social trading ecosystem. So SPTs, we will name it ApeSoul, and it will be a way for a trader to establish their status, their identity. So the trading performance and like reputation of a trader in a social trading model will come from the SPTs, and there will be completely no need for anybody to do any sort of like manual verification or any sort of KYC. So traders will have kind of full control over their ApeSouls. They can mint anytime, they can burn anytime. And essentially the way it's going to work is that these NFTs will be linked to your DID or digital identity, which will include information about your trading volume, number of trades, open interest, ranking, profits, whatsoever, other things, other parameters. Obviously, this information will be just locked in your ApeSoul and not available for anyone else. But essentially, like this will be our way to kind of enter that Web3 social trading scene, where the key traders, the principal traders, are determined automatically on the protocol using the data that's locked on the user's ApeSoul, user's SPT. So that's the NFT that we'll be introducing very soon. We're looking at the end of Q3 when we will actually host the SPT minting event, which means that anyone who's keen and interested can just mint their SPT, which will record information about their trading history. And then once the social trading tools are offered and copy trading becomes available, they can simply participate, because the SPT, the ApeSoul, will automatically determine who's a principal trader and who's not. So that's the answer about NFTs.
But that's like you're way further than I ever thought about already. Like of course you must also watch at your like competitors. I'm not gonna name the competitors. As like don't do that in my shows. But if you compare yourself to all your competitors, what is the biggest difference that people can get at Apex if they would compare to other DEXs out there?
Yeah, that's definitely a good question, because I feel like there are some projects in the market that could be positioned as our direct, non-direct competitors, but
Could be. I love how you say that. Could be.
But yeah, I definitely have like a few good reasons that I usually tell to anyone I meet about like why they would go for Apex. And I know for some of them you definitely agree because you've tried it already. Well, firstly, I'm going to start by saying, like, if you're someone who have experience on trading on an order book exchange, then you'll find Apex like so easy to transition to. We operate on this classic order book model, and provide users with the interface, which is like very user-friendly, very familiar, like incredibly intuitive, something you will rarely find on other DEXs. So that's number one, definitely, because I feel like, as mentioned previously, like non-user-friendly interfaces just like make people, go away from your platform. So on top of that, I will definitely mention the part about non-custodial situation. Your keys, your coins. We do not hold private keys to your fund, so there's like no risk of client fund misuse. On top of that, I would definitely add our platform efficiency. Apex is one of the fastest DEXs out there when it comes to transaction speeds. We can process 10 trades per second, 1,000 order placement cancellations per second, which is like a very good for a decentralized product. We also have a multi-chain support. I mentioned that we support 6 different chains, which makes it so easy for users to make their first deposits or withdraw funds from Apex to their favorite chain. What's more, and this is something that a lot of traders will be very excited about, is the fee structure. Like, we really have some of the lowest fees in the DeFi space. Maker fees are at 0.02, taker fees are at 0.05, and if you're using a referral link, then you will enjoy a further 5% discount on your trading fees. Like, if you guys use Didi's link, you will automatically enroll in that 5% discount on top of like your trading fees for a lifetime. So on top of that, currently we're working on a VIP program, which means that based on the volume that you bring to the platform, you might have like extra discount on the trading fees that you pay. So this is something that we're looking at, and we're looking forward to kind of launching that program as well to encourage like more traders to join. What else? I would definitely.
I really love how you guys incentivize people to stay on your platform and to trade and to use their profits and everything. And it's like, for me, it's just amazing. The strength of Apex for me, after using it for a couple of months now, is that the simplicity of the user face. But sometimes I wonder that if people would go onto Apex, if they would not think it's like a centralized exchange, because it's that simple. It is not the user interface you're used from a DEX. The DEX is mostly very difficult. And when I went to Apex by downloading the app, I was like, is this even a DEX? Like, it's like this is almost a centralized exchange. Like, it felt like that. So that could also be a disadvantage, I think, for people, because
I feel like the point where you feel like you're away from centralized exchange is when you try to sign up, and sign up happens in like 3 seconds. You connect your wallet, and next thing you do is make a deposit. So like all this, give me your email, your address, scan your ID, now take a photo, not good enough, take a photo again. I'm like, so like when you don't have these things to like do, then it hits you, this has to be decentralized platform. But I totally agree. That's like the feedback that we've heard like so many times, but in like such a positive way. Like I feel like some people might be thinking of like, why would you make like a replica of a centralized exchange? And that's not true. Like, it's not a replica, it's that same seamless experience that centralized exchange users are used to, and it's always good to lower the barriers to entry. Like I don't know, like I can argue about this like all day, every day, that if it's necessary to make it like very similar to what users are used to, we will. Because why shall some people be deterred from joining something that could be very beneficial for them in the long run, only because it looks very like, you know, futuristic or like a bit like out of this world? I mean, sure, Web3 is like that, and I'm all for that. But DEX is like, I don't know, I don't really think so. I feel it's good to have that sort of interface. But I would add one more thing to this question you asked me, and that would be like, that's like something that's super, super important to us. It's the privacy and security. We like take this like very seriously, and we have both of these guaranteed through the integration of ZK proofs and Validium infrastructure. We are built on Starkware's layer 2 scalability engine, StarkEX, and that's like the infrastructure that really helps us guarantee that the platform is like really secure and really private for users. So definitely like that would be one of the top reasons why someone would use Apex, because
Can I ask you something about that? Because like I received these questions many times. Like my community, my core community is like me, anti KYC, anti everything that's centralized. So that's why I started to sign a lot of people up to Bybit, because Bybit was the last exchange that did non KYC. Now Bybit changed everything; they're doing KYC. So now I'm directing everyone to Apex. Now there is one question that people keep asking, and I even don't know the answer myself. It's like, if I go in Bybit to Web3, I can trade already directly on Apex. But if people already did KYC in Bybit and then move their funds within the Bybit ecosystem into Web3 Apex, does that leave a trail of who he is or not? Can you answer that for me, please?
No, not really. So there are two different options that Bybit users can take advantage of. So the first one is, so you essentially create a Web3 wallet on Bybit, and then you charge your Web3 wallet with funds, and then you connect your Web3 wallet to Apex and you start trading. Another way, which I would say could be to that end, is that so Bybit allows you to make a deposit on Apex using your Bybit account. So that's someone's choice, because you don't pay for gas fee, because Bybit enables your funds from Bybit account to be transferred to Apex directly. So there are no like on-chain transactions whatsoever. But if you go for the Web3 wallet, that's actually the way for you to like, you pay for the gas fees and you make a deposit on the platform.
That's the more private way.
Yeah. So but then on top of that, like you can also like use Apex individually from Bybit. Yeah. You can use your Bybit Web3 wallet on apex.exchange, but you can also use 8 other options. So it's definitely up to you. I would just emphasize one more time, like I think like everyone who's listening and the community members, like they really need to like, you know, DYOR, like do their own research to like learn like which wallet would be the best solution for them, and then get into trading and get into opening that wallet, and then using that wallet to make the initial, you know, deposit and then trade on the platform. But in terms of trading, I don't want to get into like a lot of tech stuff, because I know the listeners are not like maybe up for that. But one thing I want to say is that because we are using Stark proofs, so that's like a zero knowledge proof technology, that really helps us to create this non-custodial protocol. So the StarkEX is built on Ethereum. It's a layer 2 architecture. And what happens is that it publishes the ZK proofs directly to Ethereum smart contracts for verification. And these transactions that take place on Apex are uniquely packaged for publishing on chain. for traders who are concerned about data privacy or anything like that, because those trades are not really visible because they're packaged together. So when it comes to privacy, like that's how we are actually able to achieve that with the integration of zk proofs and Validium, and obviously the Starkware infrastructure. But yeah, if you are, for example, the person who doesn't want to like his trades to become available on layer one, that's how we ensure the privacy. And I think it's really important, like for a lot of people, especially the ones who are using like really high volume. And I think it's very complementary to like the whole non KYC thing. You don't want to do KYC, but you also don't want like anyone to like track back, which is sometimes like it's not impossible at the end of the day. Like it's not impossible. Like if someone tries, they could.
Yeah, of course, everything is possible. But, you know, it's like we need to evolve with the industry. And most of my subscribers and on my YouTube channel know me for the fact that I'm completely anti-KYC. Like it's, for me, it's like the biggest non-doable thing in crypto, because that's not why Bitcoin started. Bitcoin started to give us the privacy of spending money all over the world to who we want. And I think all the exchanges would go there. So to be very clear for all the people that are in there, I haven't been talking a lot because I've let Mariam explain everything, because I'm still interested in all of this stuff. But to be very clear, I'm not being paid over anything by Apex to do this stuff. This is purely for me.
No.
Yeah, for me, this is purely, I want you to have the best option out there to keep trading private in this industry. Because I love Bybit, and I'm still very thankful you all signed up to Bybit. But with them now going KYC was, for me, kind of, it hurt me as well. So that's why I'm doing this stuff with ApexPro. I just want you to be able to have another option than KYC trading. And I know there's also people that want to trade KYC. Perfect. Use that Bybit. If you don't want to trade KYC, use the link down below to go to Apex, because I just know for sure this is going to be a massive project in the next bull run. I know for sure people will see more exchanges collapsing, more problems, more liquidity issues. And in the end, they will all slowly go into a DEX because it's more safer. You have your Bitcoins in your full self-custody on your ledger even. You can connect through my Ether wallet, I think your ledger even with Apex, and trade from your ledger. That is the safest way. I don't know if ledger, by the way, at the moment is the safest way. Maybe
it does.
The Bitbox.
Oh, okay. I'm not gonna. I don't know. I'm not gonna say anything. I thought you meant like, can you connect? And I was like,
Yeah, you can, but Ledger has this, had a small issue with the update, and there is other hardware wallets that you could connect as well, or your software wallets, but it's like non-custodial wallets. And that's the beautiful part. You can trade from your own wallet. And to simplify, because it's a lot of beautiful words that Mariam used, it's very simple. You connect your wallet that keeps your Bitcoins to Apex, and you can start trading. And if Apex will ever collapse, whatever reason, which I don't think will ever happen, but if it would happen, you still have full control on your Bitcoins or Ethereum in this exchange at the moment, of course. It need to be like wrapped Bitcoin. But is there any plans about adding Bitcoin or wrapped Bitcoins? Because it's still not possible, is it?
As collateral?
Yeah.
Currently not immediate. I think, as mentioned, like Ethereum could be one. But I'm not gonna say that it's like gonna happen like in next quarter or so. But we're definitely like considering that because we've received that feedback. So maybe like end of the year, quarter four could be more like the time where we circle back to that and decide like what we are doing. But you mentioned like one thing that
pushing you to do it, of course.
Yes, I will provide that feedback to product team. But yeah, you mentioned like if something happens, and definitely that scenario is highly unlikely, I'm gonna say. But if something happens ever on Apex, their users have this ability to create forced withdrawals and then claim their funds back. So if again, highly unlikely, but if the system crashes altogether, users can get their funds. And something that I want to announce, we are actually working on launching this simulation to invite all of our users, or like someone who's like, not an Apex user, to test out how the forced withdrawal will work in that unlikely scenario. Like we will create a simulation on testnet pretending that it crashed, and we will tell users, okay, withdraw your funds. So they know exactly how it works in real life and how they can take their funds back in case something goes wrong. So that's something that we are working on. We've got some initial feedback for some of the partners that we work with, and we're gonna like launch like maybe like next month or so users know how it works and they can really feel that, you know, the strong effect of self-custody, something that was not really felt last year, unfortunately. Really, like I know myself, like a lot of people who were affected by that whole FTX situation, and they were just helpless. And I think this sort of like simulation will be such a great opportunity for users to see that it's your funds and you are the one who practices, like that you are the owner. So you can do whatever you want with your finances and your assets. And if something goes wrong, you can withdraw them. So very much looking forward to that campaign. And maybe like next month or, you know, end of this quarter, we definitely like push that.
Amazing.
Next quarter, sorry.
That's really amazing to hear. Yeah, I'm getting more in love. I like with Apex every day because I just love the whole story behind it. You have the Apex logo of this gorilla, and then you have the banner, and you have all of it. There's a guy asking now in the questions, why is there not a play to earn game being created because like of a gorilla with the bananas and everything? That is a good question. But there's another question. I think it's an interesting question. If Apex has perfected its security system, what if there is even a bit of a loophole for someone to get in and store files to manipulate the contract wallet connected to Apex? And what are the chances that people's wallets will be drained? Now, I couldn't give it on.
Okay, so all I'm going to say is that one thing when it comes to self-custody is that you are the owner of, like, you are the decision maker. So you forget about all that centralized entities kind of taking ownership of your funds and doing whatever they deem to be appropriate with those funds, right? Now you are the person who has full control over those funds. With that comes responsibility. There are unfortunately so many, you know, phishing links out there that might actually result in you know, these like bad actors taking control of your funds if you click or you know, engage with that link. So there are these problems in the market, in the industry today. So I cannot promise that such scenarios will be avoided because you are the owner of the wallet. It's your responsibility to take precautions, and you should definitely do so. Yeah, it's unavoidable, but we always try to educate users. If we see that there are some sort of phishing links out there, we always, like, you know, report and let the community know that this is going on, so be careful. But on top of that, these are smart contracts, right? So that the project is built on. So there always be some, you know, I don't know, 1% chance that something might not go right. And this is something people should be, you know, aware of and prepared for. And when they're making decisions that, okay, I'm going to choose this platform to trade on or engage with for swaps or liquidity providing or whatever they want to do, staking, that's why everyone presses the importance of DYOR, do your own research, because at the end of the day, I cannot tell you, and like Didi cannot tell you guys which one to choose from, because like we can always provide enough information, but it's also up to you, like what you decide. Yeah. Is that good for you, or is it too risky for you? So it falls on the responsibility of the wallet owner and the participant of the market to be cautious about such scenarios.
So let me see. Thank you for answering that, because I couldn't have answered that. But there is not that many questions anymore. We have been online now for almost an hour. So I'm very thankful that you took the time to educate our community. I don't want to make the video too long because people need to rewatch it. I'm going to make snippets out of it and share it. I'm also going to put it online and everything again on decentralized social media platforms. I don't have any other questions at the moment because I've been using it and I am just really enjoying the simplicity of trading with it. I'm even getting irritated if I skip one day in trading because then I lose my staking rewards.
Thank you.
Trade one day, you get 0.1 X factor on your staking rewards. Trade 2 days, you get 0.2, and you just force yourself to trade, even if it's a small trade. I do that trade to be able to have that staking rewards. So I love the gamification of it. I don't have any other questions. Is there anything, Mariam, that you want to tell our listeners aside of?
I don't know. I just want to kind of piggyback on what you said about staking. It actually been like pretty good, like 25%, like this couple of days. The yields have been pretty good, and feel free to like jump on our staking program and like get into passive income generation. It's literally revenue sharing. Like you are literally sharing revenues with the protocol as you stake your funds. So, and again, like it's so easy. You just like select Apex, you insert the amount that you want to stake and you stake. And then you can unstake anytime. There's no like, lockup periods. Obviously, like longer you stake, more you earn, more you stake, more you earn, more you trade, more you earn. But at the end of the day, it's very user-friendly and easy to get started with. So yeah, I just wanted to add on to that about staking. But yeah, other than that, I think like, thank you so much for having me. I think I talked a lot.
No, but that's okay because they sometimes get sick of me talking all the time. Like I talk too much every day, so that's even my wife is telling me that. But I'm just very thankful that you were here and that you educated our community even further in how to become more decentralized and how to keep power and the control on your own funds, because that's very important.
Definitely.
In crypto, not your keys, not your Bitcoin. It's all about to be or not to be. And I think a decentralized way of trading is going to be instead of not to be. So I want to end
that won't be a question.
That won't be a question.
That won't be a question.
So I think I'm going to end it like this. I'm going to make another tutorial video because I want you guys to really understand how to use Apex, what it's doing. I'm even going to show you how my staking rewards and everything is going to do. I'm going to, of course, force her to give me access to the SLP the next time because I haven't been able to get in. I'm doing this for nothing. They're not paying me. I'm not even getting into the SLP. So that's how difficult it is to get in. Look, she's feeling ashamed. That's her problem.
I'm ashamed.
But Mariam, I'm very thankful. Thank you for being here. Thank you for having educated my followers over here. For all the ones that were here and asking me questions, thank you for every time coming in and tuning in into these videos. I want to ask you, if you did enjoy this content, give it a thumbs up for me, but also for that one on that one side there, that side there, the beautiful one. And leave a comment. Still leave a comment. The video will be posted on YouTube. Leave all the comments because I will use all these comments and all that feedback for the next video that I'm going to create about ApexPro, because I'm still your warrior when it comes to non-KYC peaceful revolution of Bitcoin, and I'm going to help you to go through the storm of KYC scrutiny that's now being forced upon us by the United States and all the other Western countries that still don't understand what decentralized power means. But they are going to learn. Thank you so much for watching. Wish you an amazing day. Mariam, I wish you an amazing day. And hope I can do this again in a couple of months and then show the people my SLP pool. But let's see.
We will mint your SPT together.
Amazing.
Live.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
You too. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.